What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, I'm Chris. How you doing? And I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now today, I want to be frank with you. I have a long way to go. No kidding. I haven't got it all figured out. I've got lots to learn. And technically a full-time eBay seller or reseller, and that's my primary income. However, to some, I don't meet their expectations. But luckily enough, I don't have to set my baseline based on someone else's opinion, or based on someone else's comments, or based on someone else's backseat driving. Especially comments which I don't know who they are, and when they get deleted or disappear within 24 hours. It's quite funny. It's a bit of a joke, really. The beauty is I get to define what it is that I want. I get to define what I set the bar as. I am also the one that has to be responsible and accountable for what I want as well. If I want to do $100,000 in FY23, I am the only one that can do the work. No one else can do it. And this also applies for you. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you want, you are the only one that is capable of doing it, because no one else is going to do it for you. But you also get to set the baseline. You also get to set how high, how far it is that you want to go. Don't let anyone else tell you that you're not good enough. And that's why I share my journey here and I document my progress. It's for me to obviously reflect on and see how I'm progressing, but also it's to help others see what I do. Does that mean what I do will work for you? Well, that's up to you to decide. Now, the question I have for you, do you keep yourself honest with what you want? And are you actually going to make it work? Are you actually going to make it happen? That's the big question we have to ask. Are you going to make it happen? Now, in this video, I want to dive into 3 different topics that I want to take you through, and they're very important. And the first one is the importance of setting a baseline that works for you. The second one is understanding what you are capable of or able to give and the costs that come with it. And then number 3 is build something that you are proud of. That's what we're going to dive in today. So let's buckle up. And of course, if you do stick around, I'll take you through this week's progress on the business. I'll give you a bit of a business update and also some show and tell. Let's do it. The importance of setting a baseline. Now, I've shared multiple times here on the channel the importance of this, but I will share it again because time and time again, I think there's a confusion or a gap, or people just have no idea, or I just think it's something that I continuously need to repeat because the sooner you learn this, the better it's going to be for you. You are the only one that you can compare to. That's it. That is final as it gets, as you are the only one in your exact circumstance. Now, I do understand, and I really do appreciate, however, we do need to be learning, we need to be listening, and we need to be gaining insight from peers around us. It might be people that are ahead of you, or it might be people who you think are behind you. Just because people have opinions, ideas, comments, whatever, doesn't mean that they're not worth something. It doesn't mean that there isn't a bit of truth there. Now, I'll be frank, those comments that I've received that, wowie, you're meant to be full-time, or it's like, I have a long way to go. It's like, yeah, I do have a long way to go. Thanks for calling it out. And also, technically, yeah, I am part-time, but technically I'm not, and we're gonna dive into that very soon because I want to make sure everyone understands how much time I actually spend in my business. A couple of things that I want to take you through first is understanding what is your baseline. What does that even look like? And if you've just started reselling, a good way to find this is check in with your progress after 30 days. What's your progress been in 30 days? You now have a baseline of 30 days. You can see the results. You've done 30 days worth of work. You can see the progress. That's your baseline. Now, if you've been doing this longer than a year, well, do the same thing. Have a look and see what your progress has been for a year. Understand what the results are. Now you have a year baseline. Now you can see, what did I do my first year? What did I do my second year? How have I progressed since that? And there you go. You've got a baseline and you're able to start to determine how are you progressing. For me, let me share my own. So for calendar year 1, I did 1,706 sales, I did revenue of $51,414, and I profited $29,481. That was year 1, 2021, calendar year. Calendar year 2, which was 2022, I did 2,587 in sales. Revenue was 80,646 and profit was 43,970. Now this is all gross profit, not pure net profit. Now for calendar year 3, which is the current year that we're in, which is 2023, so we're only about 90 days in, I've already done 1,000 sales. Revenue is 31,000, almost 100, and profit is 13,348. So you can see that based on how that is tracking, I'm going to be way ahead of year 1 and year 2. I've got a base, I've got something to compare to. if I do this for a financial year, FY22, which was my first actual full financial year, I did 2,409 sales. Revenue was $69,797 and profit was $25,706. Now I'm currently in FY23 at the time of this video, which is my second full financial year. Obviously we're just past halfway. At the time of this video, it is the end of March, which means we're almost very, very close to ending in June, which will be the end of the financial year. So far, I've already done revenue of $76,344. Profit, gross, once again, is $27,940. As you can see, it's also going pretty good considering the timing of the year so far. Now, for the record, the average time that I spend in this business per week and per month is this. On a daily basis, about 2.7 hours. This is on average. This isn't what I did yesterday. This isn't what I did this week. This is what I've done on average since I've started the business. Daily, 2.7 hours. Weekly, 18.7 hours. Monthly, 81 hours. And on average, the year works out to be about 972 hours. So technically, I am still only working part-time because I'm not spending 40 hours a week on the business. But people might think, well, Chris, where does your time go? Well, I spend about 3 hours a week running. I spend about 2.5 weeks content planning and creating. I also spend about 5 editing content, such as the podcast and these YouTube videos. I volunteer 4 hours a week. I do 1.5 hours of live stream and prepping per week. And there alone is 16 hours, and none of that is eBay business. Right? I then have my own personal life, I have family, I have my partner, I have my social life or lack of, and I have my own responsibilities just like anyone else or everyone else. I also have sleep and free time and all that jazz. All of the above doesn't even include travel time or anything like that, and it all adds up. It all adds up to about 34.7 hours. Again, that's not even a full week, but I tell you, I want to be very clear. This is all the physical work that I've tracked. I don't track the thinking and always on, like I'll be at 10 o'clock and I'll be thinking about, what if I could buy this and sell that, or how much would this cost? Or I'm always on, and I don't put that in there, but we got to remember that when you are running a business, there's always this daily thinking or the dilly-dally of just trying to figure stuff out, or the conversations that you have with people, or the networking, all the things in between. So even if I am spending 40 hours across half my life and half my business, I'm still technically not full-time, which actually segues into point 2 really, really nicely, which is understand what you are capable of. So the question is, what do you want? Is it a lifestyle? Is it a profit per week? Is it a number? Is it a status? What is it? The second question you need to ask is, what will it require? Well, for me, I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle, that makes sense for me and works for me. I want to be able to create content to help and share with others. I want to be able to do my podcast, Further Your Lifestyle. I want to be able to have the ability to train from my running events. We're doing another 50K this year. I want to be able to spend time with my friends, my family, and have free time and flexibility. I also want to be able to pay my bills and live without, concerns of financial burdens. Don't we all? But I must say, all of this is a balance. Anything that you do, you need to find the balance that works for all these different things. And right now, for this financial year, I've currently been averaging $2,870 a month back into my pocket, which ain't much. It's about 42% of basically all the payouts or income coming in from eBay. But that works for me now. What do I really want? Well, I really want to have $100,000 in my pocket every year. But because I follow the profit first approach, which is taking about 42% owner's pay from the business on a weekly basis, it works out that I need to be doing about $250,000 in revenue a year to even get to something like that. Now, what am I currently doing? Well, as of this video, I'm on schedule to do probably about $133,000. Let me just check that. Yep, about $133,000. Now, I'm up compared to my baseline, but I'm way and way behind of where I want to be. To do $250,000 a year, assuming a 30% sell through and a $40 ASP, I need to be listing, jeepers, about 6,250 items to sell at $40. That means basically I have to be selling 6,250 items at around $40 each. But with a 30% sell through rate, I basically need to do like 21,000 listings for the year, and that means I need to be listing like 57 items a day, which currently I only do 20. So I have a long way to go to make that happen. I mean, basic math just says that. Now, the question that I have to ask myself is, do I have the time to do it? Maybe, maybe not. I could probably hustle a little bit more. I could reprioritize time. I could spend my time better. But I also have to find different ways of working, different ways of how I want to approach. And for me, I'm trying to leverage other people to help work for me. Like for instance, I have someone that works for me at the moment. The reality is what the math shows. I am way ahead of my previous baselines, but I have a long way to get to where I want to be, or to get to a new baseline. Now, the reason why I share this is because I want to make sure I'm very transparent and very open. I always have been. But this gives you a quick view, I guess, when it comes to chasing these things that we want. Have you done the math? Have you done actually a sense check of what is it going to take to do? So my question to myself and my question to you is, how would I do this? Well, I got to aim to further enable my current helper to not just do one part of the business, but do additional parts of the business. I probably need to do better too. I probably need to spend my time better as well. But I also don't want to compromise all the other things that I want, which means it's going to take me longer to get to where I want to be. Maybe not. You know, we all know things can change very quickly. It might be what I'm sourcing. It might be different stock. It might be the ability to execute. It might just, you know, getting up a little earlier, or I might be staying up a little bit later. I mean, if I play this scenario to you, imagine if my current worker, my current helper was working the same amount of time as me in the business. Now, all of a sudden, my part-time time is the equivalent to full-time time, because the time I'm spending, someone else is doubling, or someone else is also doing, assuming they can align with the same productivity and the same results. Regardless, I'm going to continue to document that, and I'll share a bit more on that a little further down the line. Anyway, I digress. And this leads me into my final point, which is build something that you are proud of. So we now have a baseline, and I hope you do too. I've now got an understanding of where I want to be, or what I want and what it's going to take, and I hope you do too. Now we have to find the ground and the balance of what point will you be proud. Maybe it's just to do a little bit better on an average or daily or weekly or monthly or yearly basis. Maybe it's to gain more time back into your pocket. When I got the storage unit, I gained back about 12 hours, almost 10 hours actually, per month back into my pocket because of the productivity increase. That's a win. I'm proud of that. But when we're building a business or a hobby that supports you, you want it to support your needs and to support you to make you proud. It doesn't have to support anyone else. It doesn't have to make anyone else proud. It's just going to make you proud. You just got to be happy. You don't need to please or prove anything to anyone else. You don't have to prove it to me. You don't have to please me. You just need to come ready to learn. You just need to come with a positive and compassionate attitude to make progress. And let's make progress together. I really don't have it all figured out, but I'm doing better than I ever have. I'm doing more than I ever have, but I'm also learning more than I ever have. And I'm doing so much more now to grow than I've ever done before. And that's what it costs. That's what comes with it. When will I be proud? I'll be proud as I continue to hit off these milestones, but I'm proud right now. Like, to go from zero to create what I've created, that's incredible. And I quit my job last year that I took my leave of absence from. So I ain't complaining. And to be frank, at the end of the day, my circumstances is different to everyone else's. I have my share portfolio, I have 2 rental properties, I do have a couple other little side hustles, but this is my primary income. But again, I don't have to prove that to anyone. You do you, I'll do me, and have fun along the way. All right, let's dive into what's been happening this week. And firstly, just a quick little update. This week has been another rewarding week. It's been actually really great. I've been able to lock down some alternative revenue streams in terms of how I'm selling some of my stock, which this has been from private sales, which has been really, really good. So I've actually had another lucrative week doing over $3,000. We'll get to that detail in a second, but here's the items that have been selling. Clothes, once again, $1,200 in revenue. Profit not up there, like it's a low margin, but good revenue maker. We've got jeans and pants also driving in around $321. Lego was also good. You'll see in the show and tell. I think it was in the show and tell. I sold a big Lego piece for about $510, so that's gone out as well. And there's been a few other little things here as well, but let's dive into the top 4 items for this week. And these are individual items, and these aren't all the top items. These are just ones that I've handpicked out to share with you, just to give you a bit of variety of what's been selling. Top item number 1 was this Flatheads Self-Edge jeans. Now these I had no idea about. I found them in the thrift, I did the research, and it turns out these things were bolos. These things, there was only about 140 made or something like that. I listed it for $250, took an offer quite lower than that. Total sale price was $199.84 going over to the USA. Cost of goods on this was only $3.89 after an average cost of goods perspective. I profited $150.68 after fees and postage. Just insane. Guys, be on the lookout. There's things out there which you got to do the research for, but it's very, very rewarding. Top item number 2 this week was this Xbox Original Console bundle. Just loose, no box or anything like that, but I paid $42 for this one, $42.86. Been able to sell it for $168, that's with postage, and I've walked away with around $85.22. Not too bad. Top item number 3 were the Power Rangers Super Mega Force mixed lot of just different bits and pieces from a number of different sets, basically toys. I paid $6.72 for this, sold it for $98. I hadn't really had any feelers on this. I had been dropping the price, sending out offers, but this week they announced the new Power Rangers. I think it was this week, maybe the end of last week, the new Power Rangers movie coming out, and this is finally sold, and I've walked away with $63.12 after fees and postage. And top item number 4 was this lot of 6 vintage die-cast cards. Now this actually comes out in the video on Wednesday of where I sourced this from. I paid it on average around $3.91 for this one, I believe it was, and I've been able to sell it for $58.70, walked away with $36.42 back into my pocket. Solid week, good variety. Of course, this is not all the items that I've sold. Let's actually have a look at the finer details of the week. Week 115, we've done actually 93 sales, margin 50.9%, cost of goods $575. We've sold $3,283 worth, profit being $1,671. ASP $35.31, and average cycle time, it took 72 days to sell an item on average. So it's been an interesting week. What will be very interesting though is next week, or this week, today's Monday, that I'm recording this. I'm actually about to fly out to Retail Fest in Queensland, so I've got the store in time away for the whole week. So it will be interesting to see if it slumps, if it drives down or whatever. I will be running a sale just to see if I can uplift it a little bit, but it's a bit of a test. I'm not going to put too much effort into listings and things like that. I've got a little bit of a draft bank, but I really want to make sure I'm putting my attention and time at the Retail Fest, and also Carla will be there with me too, so spending some time with her too. Priorities, right? And of course I want to have a really solid week, but I have to juggle things. I can't put my time somewhere because it means I'm taking it from somewhere else. So just got to be mindful of that, and that's my encouragement to you too. All right, if you're stuck around this long, let's dive into some show and tell. All right, team, welcome back to Monday. Another week, we're at it again. We've got Carla doing her own thing, not making her work this time. See, I am nice. We've got quite a few things going out today. We've got how much have we got? We got, I think it's 36. I just sold something, so that's some Lego action that's still at home, and it's a box set, so from my personal collection, so that's not here. But anyway, we've got about 35 items. I've just pulled it all out. It's taken 13 minutes to pull out. A few things which needed to be reorganized out because this was still in one of these tubs that I haven't put out here yet. And also I think there was one other thing here which I had to shuffle around just to pull out because I hadn't put it in its right spot yet, but otherwise it works pretty well. The DVDs are working pretty good. Clothing is good. Some things are starting to fall out, so I'm going to manage some of this a little bit better just so they don't flopping out so much. Sorry for the bright light, but yeah, no, it went pretty good. We've got a fair bit going out today, guys. So what we've got a bundle of comics. One person's purchased both of those. Also got that going out, that went for $57. Whole bunch of books, Star Wars books here, and these one have gone for another bundle. Bunch of media, sold some Star Wars Lego shirt, picked this up just the other day and sold on the same day. Some DVDs, some shorts, CDs and a book. This guy, I've had him sitting for a while, finally sold. This one's going international. It's gone for about, I think it was 47. Spider-Man's gone for about 47 as well. That's just the case only. We've got lots of shirts and clothes, guys. Some Dragon jeans. We've got Wrangler, Ralph, more jeans. Levi in there as well, more jeans. That's a bundle of Wrangler as well. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's get packing. What's going on, folks? It's now Tuesday. We're back here again. A quick little send out. I am going away next week, so I'm just making sure that I'm staying on top of all my packages that need to go out this week, just to get things moving so I don't have a big batch, because things are going to get busy by the end of the week. So just a few things going out. I do want to share this one. This one's gone for $510. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I paid up for that one, but that was from a personal investment from quite a bit. So this is actually from another side hustle that I kind of do, which is I buy Lego and hold it for a while, and then I sell it every couple of years, I guess. So that's going out. And then I've got just a shirt, a couple of DVDs, Blu-ray. That's a Fable guide. This guy, brand new, gone for 42, 41. And this guy's gone for 29 or 32, something there. So it's been actually pretty quiet this week. That guy obviously makes up for a lack of sales this week, but I hadn't been doing as many listings last week just because I was so busy. So probably maybe that's a reason why I need to get back into good groove and good habits. So just here getting these things out, and then we'll crack on to getting back into doing photos, into listings and all that jazz. So probably getting a lot more clothes coming in soon as well. So we've got lots of space to fill, guys, so let's get cracking. Howdy team, we are back for Thursday and just doing a bit of a mail run. Also got to unload all the new stock that work has been doing. Filling it up pretty quick, guys. It's all happening. And then yeah, we'll pick, pack and post, do the usual spiel. And I've actually got to come back here on Sunday and do a postage run as well before I go away on the Monday. So busy week per usual. And still got to do lots in here, but one step at a time. All right, team, so it took a bit longer than I wanted. Still getting used to the flow of things. Skewing of the DVD, had to do post, so some of that needs to be fixed again. It's all about learning and getting it right. Anyway, 14 minutes to pull out all these items. I think we've got 30 items going out here. This bundle of Saint DVDs. We've got can't really see that very well. We've got a Karen Miller set. These guys are gone for $57. Picked these up not that long ago. A couple of DVDs here going out. More DVDs going out here. It's interesting, there's been a lot of DVDs this week. I think it's just because people are feeling the pressure, so sort of low ASP kind of week. Got some Lego going out here. This is from everyone's winnings from, well, that's the winnings in there. And this is from, and this is Extractions to ETBs. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you so much for the purchase, and well done on all the goodies that you got. You got some pretty good stuff. We've got more DVDs going out here. Elizabeth Moon series going out. They paid last night, so that one's going out. Some Jodie. We've got Goosebumps. This thing is in pristine condition, and it's actually still got the mask inside it too. Let's not open it and bend it. We've got a Mass Effect 3 book going out. More DVDs. So many DVDs, guys. And then we've even got lots of clothing as well going out. So not as much clothing this week. I've noticed it's a lot of media going out. It's always interesting what goes each week. So pack all this up and then we'll go paste. All right, team, it's Sunday afternoon, and actually just taking out a whole bunch of stuff, getting it picked, packed and prepped for post, because tomorrow I fly out to Gold Coast for Retail Fest. More on that next week, but quickly show you some of the stuff that we've got going out. We've got a couple of bundles here of clothing, lots of shirts bundle there as well, more clothing of course, some dragons, some North Face stuff. We've got DVDs. We've got lots of DVDs. We've got a book in there too. Biggles books, they do really well. We've got a whole bunch of mobile phones going out here. Some Star Wars, Thomas stuff, another shirt, a couple of toys. This one's going out, pretty cool. Went with the dinosaur head. Some more electronics going out. We've also got all these Power Rangers. A couple of book sets over there. This and of Green Gables. That set down here has actually gone for $63. And then we've got an Xbox in here as well, which has gone for about 160. So not too bad. We're going to pack all this up and get out of here. And then got to go to Bunnings, run some errands, and then we're done. Let's do it. Well, there you go, folks. Really do appreciate you being here. It's been a bit of an interesting week. Didn't really have too much to show, but there was a really big point that I wanted to share with you, which is around don't let anyone else tell you what you should be doing, or that you're not good enough, or that they have a baseline for you. Build your own baseline. Figure out what you want and make it happen. You're the only one responsible and accountable for it. And I'll do my best to continue to show up here and, share my journey, give my insight and all that jazz. But at the end of the day, you get to define it. No one else has to define it for you. So don't let it bring you down. I've got to be careful that I don't let it bring me down either, because sometimes those things can hurt. But I have realized, as the famous words from Pat Flynn, hurt people hurt people. Appreciate you being here. You have a wonderful day.